Hello, my name is Rachel O'Kello and I am a UK-based solicitor specialising in immigration and nationality law, and welcome to the channel Clarity Visas. It's lovely to share this time with you. Don't forget, if you do like this video, to click on the like button. That helps to boost our ratings in the YouTube hemisphere, and then a lot of people will be able to see the video because YouTube will know that it's a good video and they'll help us to promote it to people who may also be interested. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. It's lovely to continue to build the family, and also click on the notification button so that you are aware of any times that we upload new videos. Today I wanted to talk about coming to the UK as a medical professional. And the UK, we are always on the lookout to increase the amount of medical professionals that we have operating within our system. As you know, we have a wonderful National Health Service where we have many heroes, and particularly during this COVID-19 pandemic time, who have been working flat out in the hospitals and in the doctor's surgeries and across the vaccination centres. And the UK is always looking to increase on those people because we have a shortage. We have an ongoing shortage of people to work in the UK as medical professionals, and the COVID-19 pandemic only sought to exacerbate what was already a struggling area. So I want to look at ways that you can come to the UK as a medical professional, and you will come as a skilled worker. And within that framework, the UK government has created the Health and Care Visa. And that is particularly to attract doctors and adult social care professionals. So let me pick out some of the top jobs in my mind, because I'm obviously not in the medical profession, but some of the jobs that I'm very familiar with, which you may be able to either do now because you're already qualified, or, as I do say to people, take the time and train, qualify, and then apply for that job. So let's have a look at some of these jobs here. So in particular, we need physical scientists, medical practitioners, psychologists, pharmacists, dental practitioners, opticians, medical radiographers, physiotherapists, that's quite an interesting one that we need, certainly nurses, midwives, social workers, paramedics is one that is also on the list, and senior care workers. And we also on the list here, and the code 6141 is nursing auxiliaries and assistants. So there's a good few jobs on this list here, which you may either qualify for at the moment, or you may be able to train, as I say, and then apply later on when you achieve that qualification. And one of the good things about this visa route, and actually it's a good thing about the work visa routes when you're coming to work in the UK, is that there is a minimum amount that you are supposed to be paid by your employer. If you compare the pound, which is quite a strong currency, because you'll be paid in pounds, if you compare the pound, then it becomes very attractive sometimes when you balance it against the currency in your country of origin. In order to take advantage of this special, skilled visa route, but it's a kind of a special route, in order to take advantage of this, you will need a job offer. And you'll be given what's called a certificate of sponsorship. So you'll be getting a job offer from what is your sponsor. The employer is your sponsor, and they will sponsor you to come and work in the UK. And typically, if you're going to work in the National Health Service, the National Health Service are very aware of the requirements that you need to fulfill in order to be eligible for the visa. Because once you do get that job offer, you still can't come to the UK to work unless you then apply for a visa. And it's the visa that will allow you entry into the UK, and it's the visa that will ensure that you are working legally in the UK, and you will have to follow, as well as maintain your work status, you will have to ensure that you do not breach the terms of your visa. And I'm going to have another separate video to tell you all the things that you need to know about the requirements and the duties and your obligations if you come to the UK as a foreign worker. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification button so when I do, you are one of the first people to know about it. So in terms of the main documents that you're going to need to show that you have reached the required level of English. And often when we do speak to agents who will be looking for the jobs that people are going to apply for, they do want us, first of all, to impress upon the person who wants to come to the UK that you must pass the English language test, or you must have achieved the relevant qualification in order to show that you have achieved the necessary level of English. Now, to be fair, people who have qualified as a medical professional in all the different jobs that I've just listed, they typically do speak English and they speak English fluent. Now, you won't have to fulfill the English language requirement if you've come from certain countries, typically America, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Commonwealth realm countries in the Caribbean, with the exception now of Barbados, although Barbados is no longer a Commonwealth realm country because you might recall that the Queen was removed as the head of state, but Barbados is still on that list. So if you're from Barbados, you don't need to prove your knowledge of English. And Malta, Belize, and there's other countries which you can check, but it's typically countries where English is considered to be a first language. You will be able to have achieved the English language requirement, which requires you to have a minimum B1, and you can prove that by having passed the English language test with an approved provider, having GCSE A-level, Scottish National Qualification Level 4 or 5, Scottish Higher or Advanced Higher in English gained through study at a UK school that you began when you were under 18, or as most people rely on, you can have a degree level academic qualification, so basically a degree which was taught in English and then is endorsed by, formerly was NARIC, but it's now by ECCTIS. And if you're a doctor, dentist, nurse or midwife, then you won't need to prove your English language requirement, or it will already be assumed if you have passed the English language assessment conducted by your regulatory body. Now, depending on who your employer is, because there are some employers who are going to say that they will maintain you as you get yourself off the ground when you arrive in the UK. Other than that, you will need to have a certain amount of money, currently just over £1,000, which you have had in your bank account for over 28 days, to show that you are able to support yourself when you arrive in the UK. Very importantly, and it's just an insight into my video that I'm going to do for you about what you can and can't do when you're on a work visa, very importantly, you cannot claim public funds, cannot claim benefits, so you will need to show that you're not going to be tempted to claim benefits or need to claim benefits, and that's the logic, I guess, behind having to show that you've got sufficient funds to accommodate yourself and your dependents. If you bring any dependents with you, you'll also have to show that there are sufficient funds for them in order to get your visa application through successfully. And yes, with this visa, you can bring your spouse and your children with you as well. So it's quite a lovely visa. If you have a family, you can come to the UK as a professional family, and as long as you meet the eligibility criteria, the visa will go through nicely. And what I would say as well is the fees are low. The fees are low. So by comparison, if you came to the UK on a spouse visa, those fees are around £3,500, just the Home Office fee. If you come to the UK on a skilled worker visa, such as the health and care visa that we're talking about, then the fees, depending on the length of your stay, are between just over £200 to just over £400. So you can see there's a massive difference there if you qualify. And therefore, you may decide, even if you ordinarily would qualify for a spouse visa application, or in the alternative, you qualified for a medical professional visa application, you may decide to come to the UK as a medical professional instead of pursuing the spouse visa route. Now, again, that's going to be a whole nother video because people do ask me what is the best visa to pursue, the spouse visa route if you're married to a British citizen or somebody who's settled in the UK, or the medical professional visa route. And depending on what your priorities are, there's advantages and disadvantages to follow either visa route. One of the advantages clearly is that the medical professional visa route has a much lower home office fee, but that may not be your only priority. So I'm going to do a video about that. So again, click on the notification button so you know when I've done that video as well. So in a nutshell, I think that I have given you enough insight into the medical professional visa world so that if you are a medical professional, that you will come to the UK to work, and you can get settlement, so you can get permanent residence in the UK and carry on to British citizenship if you come here as a medical professional. If you want to discuss this with me on a one-to-one basis, then you'll need to book a consultation with me, because this, as I just say, as with all the videos, is just general guidance, information. It's not for you to rely on to prepare your visa application. You can book a case assessment with me via our website, which is at clarityvisas.com. You'll see the going rate there. If it's of interest to you, you can go straight into my diary and book, and we can have a conversation about, things which are more specific to you. And there's no obligation to continue. If you want to instruct us further, then we can also help you to do the application. So that's my roundup really of how you can come to the UK to work as a medical professional. The main things you need is to be qualified in the profession that you wish to work in. It's obvious, but not obvious to all. You need to get the job offer, so your employer is going to assess all those things as well. And you need to have the required level of English language. You need to meet the financial requirements if it's applicable to you. You will then find that your path to getting a visa as a medical professional in the UK is very, very smooth. I hope that was interesting. Don't forget to like and share the video and to continue to follow us on social media. Until the next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.